Continuing debate. Reprise de débat. If I'm to recognize the honourable member for Windsor West, it will be for his right of reply. The honourable member for Windsor West.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and it's an honour to rise here today. I want to first thank all my colleagues that have spoken on this bill in the previous hour debate and this hour debate, and very much gratitude for them getting to know my area. And this area is of the Three Fires Confederacy of the Ojibway, the Ottawa, and Potawatomi. And as appropriately put, this is part of reconciliation. This is a story that is very important because it does show that we can do better. And it's my part to be just thankful at the timing of what's taking place, because one of my heroes is Chief Duckworth. I want to thank Walpole Island as well, too. But Chief Duckworth from Caldwell First Nations, they were left out of the consultation for the Gordie Howe Bridge, and so we got to know each other when I invited them to come down to the community benefits where they didn't even receive any. We crashed the event together, and I wouldn't go in without them in the council, and they let them in. And that was the start, though, of a very good relationship that now is happening with Caldwell First Nations, and more needs to be done, but it's a good story, and it's also a great tribute to my past mentor, Senator Earl Schofield, who was a Métis senator, who also flew 17 missions in World War II in the bubble of a mosquito bomber. Earl Booth Schofield is what he was called, and he was one of my mentors. Want to quickly thank as well Janet Sumner and Dave Pierce from the Wildland Leagues, who have also been partners from the start. Amazing heroes of mine. City of Windsor Council, being Mayor Dilkins, Councillor McKenzie, and Councillor Francis in particular. The Mayor Dilkins has been instrumental in this, and I'm grateful for the work that we've done, because this is including our region. So the city has actually been the forefront giving up land, and that's been important for this, and my gratitude is high to them. I want to thank Lisa Gretzky, member of Provincial Parliament, my colleague for Windsor West, who's been always wonderful to work with all the time and has been very much involved in this, and most recently MPP Andrew Dowie, and also Minister Pacini, who on the province of Ontario authorized the transfer of land that's coming up as well too. Of course, Friends of the Rouge are important. Unifor Environmental Committee with Mark Bartlett, Rick Labonte, Rick St. Denis, and all others. There's others, including David Cassidy. Huge with this. Green UMA, who have been young people involved. Friends of Ojibway means Claire McAllister, Paul Pratt, and Mike Fisher. Save Ojibway Community Group. Jonathan Cochette from the Wildlife Canada. John Harding, another hero of mine. He's an American who's got a Canadian part of his heart. Bill Russell, Phil Roberts, Derek Conradotto, Frank Butler, and the Citizens of Environmental Alliance. We also have the Detroit River Cleanup, Windsor Essex Bike Community, ELF, and I think I want to again talk about some MPs here. The member for Essex has been instrumental in this, and very much important because his land that he represents is very close to this. I want to say thank him so much for this and his bill C-248. It's been fun working together, and it's hard to say fun in this place sometimes, but it does happen. And I want to thank the member for Windsor-Tecumseh for coming on board, and we will need his support in the Senate as well as the whole area and this House. And I want to thank numerous ministers that I've had discussions with, even when they were originally there was a difficulty to get the government on side. I'm glad that they are, and look forward to their vote, as well as the Conservatives, the Bloc, Green, and the two Liberals that voted for it earlier. Very important. I do want to say that there's one person who's been a custodian that sometimes gets looked over. This is Peter Barry from the Port Authority. He's a hero. He's actually a former service person from Canada's military in Bosnia. He very much is a hero. Parks Canada staff, and as well too, I can't say who's watching right now, but I think people are watching, including my partner Terry Chow, my good friend Jeff Musson, and of course my daughter and son Alex and Wade. I do want to quickly also note Mo Pierre and Melanie Ames-Petra, the lead in my office, as well as Darlene, Ia, Farah, Heather, and Myrna. And I hope I can't get through everything, but I do want to conclude soon with my last minute, Mr. Speaker, to say that we have been consulting on this in a long time, and there's so many other people I wish I had time to recognize, and please forgive me if I did not say your name. But the reality is we've done consultations for thousands of people through public meetings, interactions, and a whole number of different social events and other things that got us together to this point. And I'm looking forward to us working further together. And I'm going to read a quick poem to close things out from Marty Gervais, a historian in Windsor, who is very much part of our fabric of our history. And there's also four other persons that helped collaborate in the book, and this is called Pathway. And it says, I don't know where this pathway leads as I walk alone. Trees keep me company, offer shelter from wind, and there is sunlight enough to soften shadows to warm me as I continue deeper into the mystery of this Ojibway day. And the reason I mention that is because the day, I think tomorrow is Earth Day, and the day for this starts a new chapter, I think, with this vote on Wednesday. And I want to thank all the members that have been supportive of this process as we go forward, because it's not about us, it's about our next generation, and that's what's amazing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Hear, hear. Hear.
The question is as follows. Mr. Masse, appuyez.
Mr. Masse, seconded by Ms. Collins Victoria, moved that Bill C-248, an act to amend the Canada National Parks Act, Ojibway National Urban Park of Canada, be now read a third time and do pass.
A member of a recognized party present in the House wishes that the motion be carried or carried on division, or wishes to request a recorded division, and invite him to rise and indicate it to the chair. The honourable member for Windsor West.
Mr. Speaker, I request a recorded division, please.
Pursuant to order made on Thursday, June 23rd, 2022, the division stands deferred until Wednesday, April 26, 2023, at the expiry of the time provided for in oral questions.